NVIDIA GeForce GT 730 Ward 20 is now being sold as a luxury purse, and the pricing will blow your mind. AMD releases new AFMF 2 preview drivers for the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 optimization. Intel Core Ultra processors gets listed by first retailer. And lastly, first AMD X870 motherboards hit retail with high initial pricing. Okay, so firstly we have from GPU purses, and well, they always do this kind of stuff, but this time around we have the GT 730 purse with fan. And the weird thing is it's priced at 1024, the 1024, gigabyte, megabyte. That's the pricing they're going for, with having it a similar pricing with. So yeah, it's confusing, but the purse looks like, I have no idea what it looks like because I'm not into purses, so I can't really judge properly, but I think you can. And honestly, it looks good, not gonna lie. It's unique design, that's for sure. But it's a GT 730, which is now worth $20, and now they're selling it for 1024 for what? It's mind-blowing that they're doing this, but I guess it's a vintage item. GT 730 is very old, but it can still run, but they're making it as a purse. I'm confused. Why would people do this? Yeah, I mean, if you're interested, you can buy it, but this is the most confusing thing that I've ever seen, that they're making a purse from GPUs. And it is the GT 730. That's crazy. Next up, we have the AMD launching their AMF 2 technical preview drivers, and this basically is an optimization for the Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Of course, you gotta play the game. That game is phenomenal. That is for sure. So now this particular game will be supporting AFMF 2 and FSR 2, which is kind of weird that they're not supporting FSR 3, but FSR 2. But I guess they will be bringing the support for FSR 2 anyway, so we'll see about it. So yeah, AFMF2 technical preview drivers these are the features that they're offering with the AFMF2 technical preview drivers. And as you can see, it says lower latency with high performance, which is AFMF2 enhances fast-paced gaming by significantly reducing frame generation latency and performance scaling through new modes. So the latency is lower and the performance should be higher, like the AFMF1. So the latency is a bigger factor here because it says that frame generation, so definitely there's gonna be latency. And if you can reduce that, definitely it's a plus. They're also adding fast motion optimization. So of course, what you tell, the motion will be faster. But previously we had an issue with the AFMF, which was basically in motion, AFMF doesn't really work at all. But I guess in this particular driver, it solves that problem. So it's going to be pretty much good even in motion. They're also including the improved borderless full screen support. So I guess that's going to be a plus if you're using, a full screen or borderless. Because usually in borderless it works fine, but in the full screen it struggles a little bit sometimes. And the one more thing that they're adding is pretty good, which is the expanded API support for OpenGL, Vulkan, DirectX 11 and 12 titles. So that is pretty good. Every single game now will run this particular AFMF2 feature as we have more API support. So that's pretty good. And one interesting part that I would like to talk about, which is the Radeon Chill interrupt support. So Chill is now supported with AFMF2, which is interesting because we already know Chill can basically lock the FPS. So that is a neat feature of AMD, but now AFMF2 will support alongside with Chill, which is pretty effective because when you have a cap on with frame generation on, that really helps you with maintaining a constant frame rate. So that's pretty much effective when you're utilizing frame generation. I've already made a video about lossless scaling, and I've talked about this particular FPS cap, which is pretty much important when it comes to frame generation aspects. So I'm guessing now it is more effective here when you have Radeon Chill enabled with AFMF2. So yeah, these features are pretty good. And next up we have something interesting from Charlie, and basically we have leaks, or I should say the Intel Arrow Lake S processors are getting in the retails. So first up, we have the Intel Core Ultra 9 285K, as you can see right here, which is the CPU Ultra 9 285K 24 cores processor, coming at 471 euros. So that is the pricing leak. Not sure if that is a placeholder pricing or an exact pricing, but I would assume it's a placeholder pricing, but close to the real pricing, that's for sure. So we'll see about that. But definitely, we can already tell that if they're preparing for this, that would mean it will be launching real soon. So probably this month or the next next month. I'm guessing this month is more appropriate because we have the 9000 series from AMD, so they would want in competition, right? So definitely these CPUs will be launching soon enough. But let's look into the pricing, of course. So again, Core Ultra 9 285K, we're seeing two different prices. I'm guessing it will be in that range of 470, so we'll see about that. And next up we have the Core Ultra 7 265K, of course, and we're looking at around 327. So yeah, this is gonna be the pricing for 265K. I feel like that's too low because it's a Ultra 7, right? I feel like it's too low, but I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, because if this is the pricing for Ultra 7 processors, which is, around 330, then it's pretty much on par with from AMD 7800X3D, although I don't think this processor can beat 7800X3D, but if it can, it's a pretty good pricing, 330. So we'll see about that. And of course, the Core Ultra 5 245K, as you can see, is priced at 250. It's not a bad price, but we'll see how that performs. We have no idea how these processors, along with their naming scheme, which is still confusing, which is 245K, 265K, to whatever K, it's still confusing how they will perform and what will be the direct competitor of the AMD side. So can't really tell which one is which, obviously. So only time will tell, I guess. And next up, we have some interesting information from Momo_US. And as you can see, these are the pricing information for the upcoming X870 motherboards. Exactly. These motherboards are hella expensive. First of all, I have to remind you that because this is way too expensive. And firstly, we have the ROG Strix X870A gaming Wi-Fi, which is 455 euros for a motherboard. Mind you that this is way too expensive. I understand it's an X870, but still it is 455 euros, which is, yeah, it's not even in the range of, you can buy a processor with that, any processor, as a matter of fact. So this is way too expensive for sure. Next up, we have ROG Strix X870F gaming Wi-Fi. So it's a bit premium already. You can already tell, 489.90 euros. So yeah, like it's too much. Prime X870P Wi-Fi coming at 328.44 euros. Still high, but it's at least compared to the previous two, it's, yeah, not bad. Next up will blow your mind, of course, which is the ROG Crosshair X870E Hero, which is 704 euros. Exactly. This is even more expensive than any Ryzen 9 processor. So, like, what is happening here? I have no idea. This is like, I'm guessing this is placeholder pricing, but I don't think so, because God, this is not gonna be selling at all if they're pricing this much. Doesn't make sense at all. And next up, we have the Pro Art series of course, Asus, which is X870E Creator Wi-Fi, coming at 547. Again, not selling with that price. Don't think so. Prime X870P coming at 314. This one is comparatively reasonable, but knowing it's a Prime series, it should be lower than that, definitely. And of course, next up, we have X870A Elite WF7 Ice. That's an interesting name there, but yeah, it's coming at 353 euros. We also have the ROG Strix X870i gaming Wi-Fi, which is gonna be 336 pounds. Again, pounds, not euros, so keep that in mind. We also have that Tough Gaming X870 plus Wi-Fi coming at 257 pounds, so I'm guessing in euros it's gonna be over 300 euros, 350 euros probably, but yeah, still way too expensive. Let's look into the X870 Aorus Elite Wi-Fi 7 coming at 225 pounds, and the Aorus Elite WF7 Ice, basically the white variant of it, which is 217. So yeah, already these pricing is expensive, definitely, but compared to these ones, which is the Aorus Elite and of course the Prime Gaming, these are quite reasonable for X870, right? But these ones are just way too expensive, because I don't know how many features they're gonna add. Definitely, we don't know that, but still, even if you put more a lot of features, right, it still doesn't justify this much pricing. So I don't know what's happening here, but yeah, X870 pricing looks pretty bad for consumers, of course, because definitely this is not gonna sell unless you don't really care about money. So stay tuned. If there's more information about these motherboards, I will inform you. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next video.